It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, home of the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see, the runner-up from last year's national championship, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So TCU's offense will take the first swing of the game. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense is vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number 1.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Looking to throw, it's Nicholson. The quick out. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Horned Frogs will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. He's got it on the move. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And the Horned Frogs didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, TCU!
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to try to return this one. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll make some adjustments. So Texas A&M's offense will have first possession of the game. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Got his man on the outside. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. They're going to stay competitive.
How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. And the Aggies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Now they're going to throw it. Got his man. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gets it out quickly. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. They just keep firing. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the hands because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Fakes the grab on the left. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. New set of downs after the completion. Give to the back. There he goes. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. They'll ride the hot hand. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Man, it just means more in the SEC. And take a look at how things are playing out here. Tennessee is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These balls have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Ole Miss. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition. And if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Got his man quickly.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. The Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the Aggies come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Dropping back, it's Nicholson. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the experience.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
To the air on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They try to pop a run on the draw. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. And that last run leaves him with a 3rd down. Will they keep it on the ground? From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. He's but not before he picks up more than 40.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds a man in the middle. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Texas A&M ready to go with another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Big loss on the last play. Threatens to knock this drive off course. It's 2nd and 16. Wants to go up top. Right on the money. Turning it on. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here. And the Aggies lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. First play of the period, 1st down here. Going for 6. Touchdown, Aggie. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down in the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown, and that's exactly what happened.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he made the extra point without problem. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the big hit.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think
Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Give him 114 yards rushing, and this guy's... having a tremendous season, leading the country. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. It's a draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
I like the idea of going draw there. You're trying to sell pass, but you still need to do a better job up front executing those blocks. There's too many one-on-ones where they got beat, and as a result, they suffer a negative play.
Firing to the right, complete. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Hey, QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Nicholson. It's complete to the left. Touchdown, TCU! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Running behind that left side. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to be like, listen, O-line, can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
Finds his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Aggies want to pick up the tempo.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. And the Aggies line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Off the play fake. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Crosses the 30. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Picks up the first down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
To the air, it's Nicholson. Fires to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. The give on the option. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clocked.
Fourth down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's complete. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Wants to go up top on first down. It's caught. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
He's got the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Yeah, and the linebacker did a great job understanding. The running back slips out, he expands with him. And how about making a tackle in the open field? Linebacker on running back. You don't always want that situation or that matchup, but the defense won that one.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll play it safe and try for 3. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Out of the gun, the inside give. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in College Station.
And the Horned Frogs will kick it away to start the second half. Out zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
If I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Plucks it out of the air.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. They booted away on fourth down. Now on the return. He's got great speed. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The lone back's got it. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! He got a step and just dusted the field. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Tulsa is getting whooped today, and at some point this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly, the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 14 to Army. We'll circle back. If anything big happens in this clash in the American, you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Off the play fake on first down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
It's on target and complete. And he uses that stiff arm like a discard, and they get it to the 18-yard line. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Intercepted for the 11th time. Taking it the other way.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again. There he goes. Give him 96 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Here's a heat. And they fail to hook up on third down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
4th down and 12 is 4-down territory for this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quickly complete. And they'll finally shove him out of bounds after a strong run. The Horned Frogs trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and the score is 35-17. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Quickly complete. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. The give to the back. Turning it on. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Might as well give it to him again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Thanks to grab. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Finds his big tight end.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but you got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The give. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. And the Aggies come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air, using the quick game. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. He's now up to 104 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They're trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Horned Frogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He's in open space downfield. There he goes. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And the punishment has been extended.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. Give to the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. They'll leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. He'll start this drive firing. It's complete to the right.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed.
Breaks into the open. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Quickly to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to to stop him from getting the first down. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. They'll move the tight end. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Gets it out fast. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring.
And let's not complicate this. It's worked before. The QB sneak continues to get first downs. Keep using it. Keep moving the chains.
It's 1st and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. From the gun, looking for a man. Big guy smells it. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie! This dude is just slicing and dicing his defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And the point after is good. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left. But, man, that clock is ticking. And they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Gonna run it. It's Fareed. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. They'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The Horned Frogs will go for it here on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Offense in a bunch formation. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quick strike complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab. He steps out of bounds, couple yards short of the 20. They'll mark it at the 18 after that pickup. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong. And I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it. But finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account. And it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good, big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense.
Going for it all. Makes the grab plenty for the first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Good for a fighting Texas Aggie.
Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play.
So now it's second and long.
22 water. 22 water. Ready, go.
Back to pass. Swings it out to the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. Third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on third down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say no thanks to that pass interference penalty, and they'll take the results of the play. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. They'll throw it from the red zone. Looking for the score. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always